Sabrina, thank you so much for talking to me today. You and I,
Hi.
we get to work together at Lone Fir, which is obviously we both really love it. And you've been here for about, or on our team for about a month. You
hmm
have this awesome background in coaching and helping people change. Tell me a little bit about that. How did you get into it?
So life coaching is something I stumbled into. I've been doing inspirational speaking and writing for over 5 years now. I joined Toastmasters, which everyone is familiar
Yep.
with as a professional, just to kind of polish up on my public speaking skills. And from that, I realized I have a knack for this. People told me all the time how much my speeches inspired them. And someone asked me one day, do I do personal coaching based on just the subject matters that I talk about? I focus a lot on mindsets, having renewed mindsets, and pushing forward over failure and the fear of failure, which holds us back. So just based on that, people came approach me to do one-on-one coaching sessions. So I went online, I took coaching certifications, crafted out what I know I can contribute to someone's life on a personal level. I call myself a coach, purpose coach, but really it's just mindset, right? It's your mindset.
Hmm.
And I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and I really love it.
That's awesome to hear. One of the things that I really wanted to chat with you about is work-life balance. I think in the past year, it's gotten a lot harder to separate our work and our personal lives.
Mhm.
What suggestions do you have for people to have a good work-life balance while they're, working from home and managing some hard life situations?
Yeah. So with anything in life, balance is important, right? And so, in order to maintain a work life balance while work is now part of your everyday life, you have to have a routine. And we hear this all the time, right? So, most of the times we hear things that we don't implement, but establishing a routine, a morning routine, a work routine, and an evening routine would keep you on track and just keep every component of your life in what I call order. So what does the morning routine look like for you? Is waking up, is meditating or praying, depending on what your beliefs are. Is spending time reading up on current industry news so that you are on top of your craft. It's getting a healthy breakfast, things that we don't consider, but it really is, it sets the tone for the day. And it, depending on your start time for work, it's getting in that little morning exercise, that jog, right? To get the creative juices flowing. And it just helps you mentally prepare for the day, right? So that is the morning routine. The work routine, and it's when you're working from home remotely, you have a little bit of freedom, right? So the challenge is to discipline yourself to work during work hours
Hmm.
and not push it off to later because you have an errand to run. Things that you wouldn't normally do if you were in the actual office, maintaining that same structure while you're at home will help you get, your work completed within the 8, 9 hours that's normally allotted so that you can then start your evening routine. And the way I have an evening routine set up is putting a hard stop at the end of my day. So I
Hmm.
have 6:30, something I have to get done, whether it's start dinner or go to an aerobics class or, call and check on my mom. I make sure that at 6:30, I have a hard stop because I have something else that I have to do that's not work related. So it really is maintaining a balance by keeping your life, segmented
Hmm.
accordingly to your work schedule.
Yeah, I think really establishing boundaries and, of course there's times here or there where things come up and we have to be flexible, but not being too flexible, not giving up those things that are so important to us. What
Exactly.
what kind of advice would you give to leaders that are trying to help their team stay focused and enjoy their work right now?
Well, first of all, we lead by example, right? So if we are stressed and unorganized and frustrated, that's going to trickle over to the team. So leading by example is showing up, in the best way possible so that your team can kind of glean from that, as well as making sure you maintain that personal touch, even, well, I think all the more now with Zoom meetings, we're able to collaborate I think even more often than we would have in the office, right? But making sure you maintain that collaboration with the team, allowing time for team members to express their frustrations, for collaboration, and also doing that one-on-one. Those one-on-one meetings are very important, especially when someone may be living alone and now they're working kind of alone. That can emotionally start to take a toll. So making sure that human touch, that interaction is still available, in the office and outside of the office. And then, having that happy hour get together that we actually do here at Long for, and I love having happy hours every 2 weeks, monthly, just to keep that, rapport going within the team.
Yeah, the playfulness. Our happy hours are ridiculous. And just the games that we play, even the thing that you rolled out last week, just having fun with each other and not being all about business all the time. 100% agree.
Exactly.
Sabrena, as a coach, I know you help people make a lot of change in their lives. What would you say is the biggest, maybe like skill or trait or quality that people need in order to successfully make change?
What I always say is, any significant change you're going to make in your life starts with one word or two words, two words, and it's I decided. I decided to make a change, right? And what does it mean to make a decision? Like, definition of decided means to come to a resolution within your mind, right? That goes beyond just talking about it. You have resolved within yourself to make a change. And once you make that resolution, then you begin to map out goals and strategies in order to get from one state of being to the next. So you want to make a change in your career. First, you have to decide that you're going to move forward in your career. And then you're going to say, this is my current state of being. This is my ideal state of being. What do I need to do to get there? And all of those areas in between that you need to work on is what you're going to make a decision to begin to put goals in place to work towards achieving that goal, that dream. So, it's beyond hoping and wishing for change. It's making a decision and then doing the practical steps needed to implement.
Yeah, I like that. Making smart goals, basically, that pile up to one big overall shift or change is super important. I love it.
Exactly. And it makes it seem more attainable that way, when you break it down to smaller goals.
Not as overwhelming. And I like too that you put the ownership on the person. Like, I decided. It's not like, my boss is making me do this or my spouse is making me do this. It's I decided that I'm going to do this. It's a little heavier that way, I think. What would you say is one habit that people could start doing to make their lives better immediately? We all like quick fixes, so.
So I decided it's the first step, right? Now you have to be intentional about making a change, right? So for myself personally, I am on a journey to better health, right? Better eating habits. So when I go to the store, when I'm looking at those, cakes or whatever, I tell myself, be intentional about weight loss. Be intentional in your resolve to actually see results. Or a month from now, you're going to be in the same place and then, feeling bad. Why? Why do the same things and expect different results? We hear that so many times. And that has to go along with mindset, because we know for the most part what we need to do, because there's so many books have been written on, 5 steps to get a breakthrough, how to move forward in your career, in your life. So we know it, we hear it, but it's being intentional about implementing those things. So being intentionality is the most important step towards just mentally towards seeing significant change in your life.
I love that. Sabrena, this has been so great. I've really loved talking with you.
Likewise.
I feel like you dropped some major wisdom bombs. So thank you. And I'm sure we'll chat later today. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Bye.
Likewise. Bye.